This is a clip from the Red Cow Arcade podcast.
Oh, just on a quick note on Chip and Dale, I just recently played through both NES games, the first and the second ones, the Rescue Rangers games.
Yeah, did you use cheats?
No, for the first one, I bought the real hardware and I played it on my top loader and I beat the motherfucker.
Nice.
And no, it's like kind of like the perfect balance of difficulty.
That's good. I remember playing it over a friend's house. I don't think I've played it through.
It was good. I had like sweaty hand moments during it. I really hope I can. If I could just get this one last shot at this boss, I'll have beaten this damn thing. That old feeling.
Oh, I've been having that feeling a lot lately because I've been capturing footage for the NES video. I was playing Castlevania recently, and like there's like the what level is that? The 5th level or whatever, where you go to death, and there's that corridor with the two axe throwing guys, and then they also have the Medusa heads. It's that's the real final boss right there. You have to like dodge the sine wave of Medusa heads while dodging the axes and whipping all the way through.
The second one I did save state my way through because I was playing the ROM. And that one's a little bit harder, but I think it's overall a better game. And that's the one that costs like $200 on eBay or something. It's like
it's a little more rare.
More valuable. Whereas like the first one I bought for like $25. And I just bought Super Mario 3 Mix, the excellent ROM hack that takes concepts from all of the Mario games and puts it into a Mario 3 style game with lots of other like quality of life improvements. Like you can save after every level. It like groups power ups, so you don't run out of like the power ups you have on standby quite as quickly. It mixes up the games that you can play throughout the worlds, like the card games and stuff. It improves them. There's so many good things about it. The levels are much longer. It has Yoshi.
Yeah.
There's so many good things about it, but I actually bought a cartridge of it to play on my top loader.
Yeah. I love stuff like that. I've definitely had moments where I wanted to buy like ROM hacks on the cart, or just like they never released Final Fantasy V for Super Nintendo in America, and I always wanted to buy a cart with the English translation, like a fan English translation on it, and because they sell them on eBay all the time. Or like Mother 3, which is the sequel to Earthbound, that was only released in Japan. They have a fan translation, but you can buy a reproduction cart. I love that stuff because it's fun. It's fun to have that kind of thing.
Well, it does change your relationship to the way you're playing it. I think I mentioned when I was playing like the Zapper games last few months, I plugged in my original NES and it was working, but the pins were definitely loose. And so every time I put in a new game, it was this dance, and I was not going to get it repaired. But I had a top loader, and the last time I tried to get it to work, it wasn't working. And it doesn't have a light indicator on it, so I think I gave up too fast. So I was like, oh, let me see if I can make this work. And I actually bought like a new power supply for it, thinking it was maybe a power supply issue, because I don't remember the last time I tried to plug it in. And so I was in the same boat where I was like, what the hell, how do I know that it's getting power? Because there's no light indicator. And I'm, it's the TV input is correct. And I'm like struggling with it for a while. Then I was like, wait a minute. The top loader only supports the coax connection, the RF connection.
Yeah.
I was like, motherfucker, you need to be on channel 3. You don't
need literally channel
video
3.
input. And I that was the whole thing right there. Now I got the top loader, so I'm like ready to play NES. And there is, sometimes I get in the groove and I'm like, I might as well be playing this on my handheld, or I might as well be playing this on the arcade emulator or whatever. But there are other times where I don't know, the pressure just feels a little bit different. Everything about, the way that the characters move feels a little bit different.
Yeah, it feels a little more analog. Yeah, I have my top loader over there. I've been playing games on it, capturing footage.
Oh yeah, sure, all those NES games.
Yeah, lots of them. It's great to have the EverDrive as well, because I'm doing honorable mentions, but I don't have a lot of the cards for that. I think I have the cards for all of the ones on the like true top 10, But there's some honorable mentions I don't have the cards for. Like, I don't have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and
Okay.
I don't have. Although I did see it, like, there's a used game store, a new one in the mall, and I did see it there.
Oh, cool.
And I was like really close to buying it, but then I was like, but I have that EverDrive, and it's just like I could have that $50 to buy something else.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can just
Wow.
use
Mike Tyson's Punch Out goes for $50, huh?
at least at a used game store in a mall.
Yeah.
I don't know eBay prices.
Yeah.
They also had, I was deranged because I saw they also had Earthbound, and I like came really close to buying it. It was like $500.
Oh my God.
But I luckily I didn't go through that, but
I think
because I don't own Earthbound. That was the only one in my top 10 of the SNES I didn't own. So.
Yeah, that does feel like something you're going to have to remedy someday. You know?
Someday, but and every day it's going to get more costly to put it off.
Until all of the transistors die, and then they'll all be worthless, and then you can buy a new one and repair it.
Yes.
Did you buy your EverDrive a long time ago? 'Cause I was looking for one recently, and they were nowhere to be found.
I never bought it. My friend let me borrow it, and I never gave it back.
Oh, nice. They have like they have the new ones now that aren't available, but they've got all these cool features and.
No. Because we used to it was my friend Chris. We used to live together. He was my other collaborator, and after I moved out, I took it with me, and we haven't really been talking much.
So off goes the EverDrive. Well, you're certainly making better use of it than he could with this content.
I assume so, but I don't know if maybe he still listens to this. If you listen to this, Chris, thank you for the EverDrive.
It's not going to waste.
It's not going to waste. It's getting a lot of use.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.